Hey everybody, we are just north of Clipper Mill Bridge, and the water level's down quite a bit. Nothing concerning or alarming or anything, but it's down several feet, and that means way up here towards the headwaters. It should be interesting to see how narrow the channel gets and how shallow it gets, how far north we can go before we just run out of water. I should be able to get all the way up to the rapids where the little ford is. That's pretty much the beginning of the impoundment zone, but we'll see what it looks like when we get there. We got about a half mile to paddle, maybe a third of a mile to paddle. I've already seen some really big snapping turtles. There's a bunch of carp back here. It's just shallow and sort of silty, muddy bottom, so you're not going to get a lot of bass and stuff back here. Usually it's more carp and turtles and whatnot. There are also a lot of geese up here nesting. There's some adorable little bird out in front of us with all their little babies behind them. Oh, it's a wood duck with all the little ducklings. And she's swimming right into my line of where I'm paddling. I wish she'd go the other direction. I like how she's splashing around to make sure I pay attention to her and ignore the little babies. But the little babies are so adorable. Look, she's swimming like she's got a broken wing or something. She's really doing a good job of being a distraction and letting her babies escape. That's fascinating. Geese do the same thing. If we come upon any nesting geese, you'll see the mom will just sit perfectly still on top of the eggs, and then dad will get out in the water and splash around and make a lot of noise and draw your attention away from the eggs. And so she's still up here trying to draw me away from those babies. I was going to say any second now she's going to fly away and then go back to where the babies are. No, she's still trying to fake that she's got the broken wing. All right, I wish she'd get out of my way. There we go. Let's just let her fly on ahead of me and get out of the way. I'm assuming she's gonna sweep around and go back to where her nest is, where the babies are at some point. Oh, there's some little goslings. Or a little gosling. It's the first gosling I've seen this year so far. And they are adorable too. If you've ever seen a parent, mom and dad geese with their little goslings all walking in a line behind them. All right, we should definitely be able to make it the rest of the way up. This is going to be more like a river channel than a, you know, reservoir lake type situation. When the water's all the way up, it spreads back there. That's like a shallow marshy area. And I know up here there's a big rocky shoal, except that big rocky shoal is actually above the water right now. When the water is it's tempting to cut this corner really tight, but when the water gets shallow, you can actually get yourself up onto some rocks. And now that the water is really shallow, we can see why you get yourself up on some rocks. Oh, there's a blue heron up in the stream ahead of us. Let's see if that one, how long it stays before it flies away. that was a couple of bass swimming down there. Some nice sized bass swimming down there. There's a dead perch floating in the water. And I can definitely feel current under me at this point, so we're definitely in river. And we might not be able to get all the way up to the headwaters now that I'm looking up ahead. And we are definitely paddling into current now. I think that was another fairly large bass that just darted and swam underneath me. That was a carp. That was a carp. Yep, I'm definitely fighting the current at this point. This isn't even just some current. This is just straight up paddling upstream in a river at this point. That is a beaver lodge right there. You can see the entrance that goes in. It's been there for years and it was getting bigger and bigger. And then this year I noticed that we had a really bad storm and it got shoved sideways and it's like pointing downstream now. All right, it's making me work for it at this point. It's so shallow, I'm not getting a bite on the water with my paddle. I'm just hitting the bottom. And we're there. We still have to go right up around the bend. I don't know if I could get over there or not. Okay, if I can get into slightly deeper water. All right. All right, let's do this. Let's come downstream a little ways. Get over that sandbar. All right, we've made it. So that water is low. Well, there you go, everybody. We made it to the headwaters. Love that sound. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.